Ford owners will be granted access to thousands of Tesla superchargers across the United States and Canada.
Elon Musk just dropped a bombshell that's gonna make your jaw hit the floor. He's shaking up the car world in a way that'll totally change how you look at Ford, the American automotive legend. We all know that Elon's Tesla and Ford Motor Company have been fierce rivals for some time now, but now Elon's gone and flipped the script in the most mind-blowing way possible. It is not just about competition. This move will affect the whole industry. So what did he do exactly to make such a big wave? How will this affect you? What's the big deal? Well, Elon Musk just bought Ford. The Tesla mastermind now owns the company that basically invented the assembly line. Now, you might be thinking, wait a sec, weren't Tesla and Ford mortal enemies? And you'd be right. These two have been duking it out for years, trying to be top dog in the electric car game. Ford's been working and ramping up their production to catch up, but Tesla's been zooming ahead like there's no tomorrow. So why would Ford sell out to their biggest rival? That's the million-dollar question everyone's asking. Is this some 4D chess move to supercharge their electric car plans? Or are they waving the white flag in a world that's changing quickly? Well, the short answer is that Ford is hitting some major challenges right now, and its standing in the automotive world is really taking a beating. There are three major factors causing Ford to make some seriously big decisions, so let's dive into what's going on. Running out of money. Ever wondered what happens when a car company takes a gamble? See, 2023 hit Ford like a speed bump. Their vehicle sales skidded down 2.5% from the year before, and their passenger car sales, they plummeted a whopping 20%. It is tragic, but let's talk money, or rather, the lack of it. Ford's bleeding cash faster than a leaky gas tank. Get this, they're losing over $132,000 on every electric vehicle sold, 50% in just one quarter. Last year, it was $40,525 per car. Why? Well, Ford went all in on SUVs and trucks, especially EV versions, and you'd think they'd pump the brakes on production, right? Nope. Ford cranked out 10,000 of these money guzzlers in 3 months. Do the math. That's over $1 billion down the drain. So what's next for Ford? Can they swerve away from financial disaster, or will they crash and burn? It's anyone's guess, but one thing's for sure. Something needs to change. Their shiny new Model E division. It's burning through cash faster than a drag racer burns rubber. Picture this, $700 million gone in just 3 months. That's not a hiccup. It's a full-blown financial meltdown. Over 100% in the red. It is disastrous. Ford's EV dreams are hitting some serious speed bumps. They thought they were ready for the electric revolution, but reality's giving them a wake-up call. Jumping into the EV world isn't just tough. It's like trying to win a demolition derby in a golf cart. Ford's not just battling other car makers. They're wrestling with picky customers, supply chain nightmares, and the pressure of turning a century-old company into a high-tech marvel. It's like trying to teach your grandpa to make sense of TikTok. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite all this doom and gloom, Elon Musk is giving Ford the eye. Why? There's something brewing beneath the surface. Ford might be down, but they're not out. They've got some hidden aces up their sleeve that could turn this whole game around. Think about it. Ford's got history, they've got loyal fans, and they've got the guts to make big moves. Maybe they're not winning the EV race right now, but who says they can't come from behind? And this brings us to the next reason. Adapt or fall off. Ford is currently navigating some serious turbulence. Investors and market analysts have started to panic, questioning whether Ford has what it takes to play the long game against competitors in the ever-evolving automotive landscape. When Ford released their latest earnings report, it didn't exactly shine. They logged a profit of just 47 cents per share, but analysts were expecting a much healthier 67 cents. That's like going to your favorite diner and ordering a feast only to be served a tiny appetizer instead. Definitely disappointing. This financial mess swiftly sent Ford's stock price tumbling down. We're talking about an astonishing 18% drop in just one day. All those wonderful gains they racked up since January, poof, they vanished quickly. Analysts are now voicing urgent concerns, labeling this situation a code red. It feels like Ford's caught in a precarious game of financial Jenga, where those rising warranty costs and persistent quality issues are the shaky pieces threatening to topple the entire structure. In fact, last year alone, Ford spent a hefty $4.8 billion on repairing customer vehicles. Can you even wrap your head around that amount? And here's the twist. Ford's plans for electric electrification are looking as unclear as a foggy windshield on a winter drive. They're anticipating that their electric vehicle division could suffer losses soaring up to $5.5 billion this year. This isn't just a minor hiccup, it's a significant obstacle that could jeopardize their profitability. Meanwhile, competitors like Tesla and GM seem to be zooming ahead like they're cruising through a never-ending green light. So they're under more intense pressure than ever, with analysts clamoring for a complete overhaul to reignite investor enthusiasm. Here's where Tesla comes in, swooping in for a buyout. Can you imagine Elon Musk at the helm of the company that originally brought us the iconic Model T? At the heart of this chaos, though, is the electric vehicle price war, the third factor for this buyout. It resembles the wild rush of Black Friday, but instead of people grappling over the hottest flat-screen TVs, car companies are furiously competing over EV price tags. Ford is being forced to adapt their strategy fast, and this ride is gearing up to be nothing short of thrilling. Let me explain. Price war. Buckle up, folks, because the electric vehicle market is a total battleground, and Ford is right in the thick of it. The main players stirring up this chaos? Well, it is ironically Tesla and BYD, whose aggressive pricing tactics are shaking up Ford's financial stability and market dominance. At first, Ford was brimming with ambitious plans to ramp up its electric vehicle production. They were ready to take the EV world by storm, but then a perfect storm of skyrocketing costs, quality control issues, and shifting consumer preferences turned this dream into a real uphill battle. Ford had originally set its sights on rolling out an impressive 600,000 electric vehicles by the end of 2023. Sadly, that goal has now been pushed back to 2024 due to a noticeable dip in demand for their electric offerings. This stumble highlights a troubling trend in the EV industry. Growth is slowing as customers, once eager for the latest tech, are now more focused on price than ever before. The price war is the heart of this whole mess. Things really heated up when Tesla decided to slash prices across its entire lineup at the start of 2023. This move wasn't just a random choice, it was a strategic maneuver to maintain its market leadership while dealing with growing inventory and declining buyer interest. To keep up, Ford had to cut the price of its Mustang Mach-E by as much as $5,900. While this was necessary to attract more buyers, it cut deeply into the profit margins of Ford's electric vehicle division, Model E, which makes you wonder, was this Elon's plan all along? But Ford isn't the only one feeling the pressure. The entire market is in a state of flux. As the gap between gas-powered and electric cars continues to shrink, now nearly $5,000 less in the first half of the year, customers are reevaluating their buying decisions. This newfound price sensitivity has even led some dealers to refuse more shipments of the electric Ford cars. It's clear that affordability is now a top priority for consumers, forcing companies like Ford to adapt quickly or risk being left in the dust. As these companies work tirelessly to innovate and grow, Ford finds itself at a real crossroads. How can they stay profitable in this punishing pricing landscape? The road ahead looks treacherous, and every decision Ford makes will be crucial in this fast-paced automotive showdown. So what's Ford's game plan to tackle these hurdles? They're already making some bold moves. The company has announced a massive $12 billion cut in spending on battery electric vehicles, all in response to the dwindling demand. And like I told you earlier, Ford is also reevaluating its electrification strategy, stepping back from its previous plan to fully electrify its lineup in Europe by 2030. This shift comes with the sobering realization that the anticipated consumer enthusiasm for electric vehicles isn't materializing as they had hoped. But price cuts aren't their only strategy. Ford has been exploring various tactics to address the multitude of challenges arising from the aggressive price wars and escalating competition, showing a clear willingness to adapt and innovate in this rapidly changing market. As competition in the electric vehicle market heats up, Ford's CEO Jim Farley hasn't shied away from voicing a critical warning. Without a clear and compelling value proposition for its electric lineup, Ford risks slipping into the dreaded trap of commoditization. This could quickly chip away any price advantages the brand has painstakingly secured. Even with ambitious pushes to innovate through standout models like the F-150 Lightning and the Mustang Mach-E, these vehicles are struggling to establish a unique identity when stacked against heavyweights like Tesla and BYD. Identity crisis. Ever wondered why Ford's electric vehicles aren't flying off the shelves? It's simple. They're missing that special sauce. Take the Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning. Sure, they sound cool, but do they make you go wow like a Tesla Model Y or a slick BYD? Not really. Tesla's killing it with batteries that last forever, software that updates like magic, and self-driving tech straight out of a sci-fi movie. Ford's left in the dust, struggling to catch up. But Ford's got another problem. It's trying to be everything to everyone. Eco-warriors, truck lovers, power junkies. Ford wants them all, but in trying to please everyone, they've lost their identity. Who are they really? No one knows. Meanwhile, Tesla's got this whole we're the future vibe going on, and people are eating it up. Remember when the Mustang was the coolest car on the block? Ford's sitting on a gold mine of nostalgia, but isn't cashing in. Instead of repeating the awesome Mustang stories, they're boring us with tech specs and price tags. And don't get me started on how slow Ford is to change. While Tesla's zapping out updates fast, Ford's stuck dealing with recalls and quality issues. But Tesla is not perfect either. They have got their own problems. In fact, this buyout will benefit Tesla in a massive way. How? Well, let's break it down. A new age for Tesla. In early 2024, Tesla found itself in a whirlwind, reporting a massive 55% plunge in profits, a stark fall to $1.1 billion, and a significant 9% dip in revenue is stirring up doubts among investors about Tesla's footing in the surging electric vehicle market. And the financial turmoil doesn't end there. Sales have also dropped by 8.5% compared to the previous year, prompting Tesla to make some tough calls, like laying off around $10,000 employees to slash costs amidst the revenue slump. These bold moves unveil deeper issues in Tesla's operations and a shifting market landscape. Once riding an unstoppable growth wave, the company is now under the microscope as skeptics question its ability to evolve and succeed amidst growing competition from seasoned auto giants and emerging contenders in the EV arena. Right now, Tesla finds itself at a pivotal moment, facing these challenges head-on while working to maintain investor and customer confidence in its future potential. The concurrent tumble in profits and sales ignites crucial questions about Tesla's strategic direction and whether it can uphold its status as an EV leader. The plot thickens, as even if Tesla navigates these hurdles, there's a bigger question mark looming over an underlying issue it must address. Meanwhile, over in the global automotive scene, Chinese car manufacturers are stepping into the spotlight, emerging as fierce rivals. This isn't just a minor hiccup, it's a monumental shift shaking the EV industry to its core. Tesla's once unchallenged dominance is now wavering, especially in the US market, threatening its reign as the top EV seller. Looking at recent data, Tesla's sales decline is glaringly evident next to its competitors' impressive growth. As competitors roll out slick, new models, Tesla is under pressure to evolve quickly if it wants to stay on top. Take a closer look at the market share shakeup stealing everyone's focus. BYD, a flagship name among China's EV titans, recently outperformed Tesla's sales for the first time in late 2023. They moved a whopping 526,000 fully electric cars, leaving Tesla trailing with 484,000 units during the same time period. This marks a crucial turning point in the global EV market, a sector where Tesla had long been the #1 company. What's more, Chinese car makers are on a steep ascent. By 2022, China had clinched its position as the world's top auto exporter, shipping over 5 million vehicles abroad, with a hefty portion being homegrown new energy vehicles. This rapid expansion ups the competitive stakes for Tesla, as consumers are drawn to these inventive and budget-friendly options. Adding fuel to this competitive fire is strong backing from the Chinese government, showering these manufacturers with substantial subsidies and incentives. This makes Chinese EVs notably cheaper than Tesla's usually pricier offerings, enhanced by generous tax breaks and perks. It's no wonder Tesla's feeling the squeeze on its turf. Moreover, Chinese brands are buzzing with innovation. They're not resting. They're rolling out fresh models to cater to diverse consumer preferences. Take Neo and Zeekr, for example, debuting feature-packed, affordable cars snagging attention from buyers who once championed Tesla. Zeekr's June 2024 sales back this up, with over 20,000 units sold, an eye-popping 89% jump from the year before. Clearly, there's growing excitement for these new and intriguing Chinese EV options. And then there's the stark reality check from the stock market. Tesla's share value has nosedived by 65% over the past 3 years, with a dramatic 40% drop just in early 2024. Investors are genuinely worried about Tesla's capacity to continue its growth amid increasing rivalry and internal challenges. And let me introduce you to what experts are calling the Tesla bubble, which refers to the phenomenon where the company's stock price and market valuation have soared to levels that some analysts and investors believe are unsupported by its current earnings and fundamentals. Since going public in 2010, Tesla's stock has seen remarkable growth, driven by excitement over its electric vehicles, innovation, and the potential for a future dominated by sustainable energy. As a pioneer pioneer in the electric vehicle market, Tesla captured the imagination of consumers and investors alike, leading to soaring share prices and a market capitalization that often exceeds that of traditional automotive giants, despite producing fewer vehicles. This meteoric rise has sparked debate about whether the stock is overvalued, with critics warning of the risks associated with possible corrections. See, despite the enthusiasm surrounding Tesla and its visionary CEO Elon Musk, some analysts caution that the market might be overestimating the company's ability to sustain its growth. Critics argue that if Tesla fails to meet ambitious production targets, or if demand does not grow as anticipated, it could lead to a significant devaluation of the stock, potentially bursting the so-called bubble. Now the question is, could joining forces with Ford help steady Tesla's ship in these unpredictable waters? What's in it for these companies? Imagine for just a moment what it would be like. This isn't just a simple business deal, it's a game-changing maneuver that could catapult Tesla to a new level of influence and innovation within the fiercely competitive auto industry. With the electric vehicle landscape constantly evolving, a merger of this magnitude could ignite a transformation that takes Tesla to unprecedented heights, offering impressive advantages despite the challenges Ford brings to the table. Let's talk about Ford's secret weapon, its colossal and devoted customer base. Ford has spent years, actually generations, building a loyal following. By bringing Ford under Tesla's roof, Musk could immediately access this massive crowd of consumers who already have a deep sense of trust in the Ford name. Picture the regions like North America and Europe, where Ford reigns supreme. Here, Ford's strong market connections could make it easier for those die-hard traditional car lovers to switch to electric vehicles, giving Tesla a solid push in expanding its reach and enhancing its reputation in these critical markets. Now, when it comes to cranking out cars, Ford stands out with its powerhouse manufacturing capabilities. It boasts an extensive web of production facilities and supply chains that could be a linchpin for Tesla's future plans. Instead of going through the long process of setting up new factories, Tesla can leverage Ford's existing infrastructure to boost the production of electric vehicles quickly. This tactic can lead to more cars being made faster, cutting costs, and boosting profits, which will further cement Tesla's status as a big-time player in the electric vehicle arena. But that's not all. Imagine Tesla's lineup getting a thrilling makeover by including some of Ford's legendary models. Think about adding the F-150 pickup or a variety of rugged SUVs. This clever diversification caters to a wide array of consumers, especially those who have a soft spot for classic car styles but are intrigued by electric options. By weaving Ford's iconic vehicles into its mix, Tesla can tap into different market sectors, thereby supercharging sales and pumping up its brand prestige. Then there's the tech aspect, which is nothing short of exhilarating. This merger could open doors to incredible technological collaborations and breakthroughs. Ford has been making impressive strides in the realm of electric vehicles, particularly in ramping up battery tech and autonomous driving advancements. When you mix this with Tesla's unrivaled prowess in software, you're looking at potentially revolutionary innovations, vehicles that could seriously shift the industry standards in a competitive market. And we can't ignore the enormous competitive edge this merger would create. The car business is a battlefield with both long-established companies and new contenders rushing to conquer the electric vehicle market. By merging with Ford, Musk wouldn't merely cut down on competition, he would also marshal resources to pit Tesla against massive corporations like General Motors and Volkswagen with far more vigor. This bold play could not only ramp up the rivalry, but also set hurdles for others trying to keep pace with Tesla. Looking beyond borders, Ford's solid international footing is another key to Tesla's global strategy. With deep-rooted presence in lots of countries, especially across Europe and Asia, Ford's infrastructure could pave the way for Tesla to navigate tangled regulatory mazes and tweak its products to suit local preferences. The possibility for swift worldwide expansion is vast, tearing down barriers and anchoring Tesla securely in burgeoning markets. See, buying a legendary brand like Ford could do wonders for Tesla's image. It would mean Tesla isn't just seen as an electric car pioneer, but also as a guardian of the rich American automotive tradition. This connection to a brand with a storied past could resonate with buyers who cherish tradition, while still reeling in those who are captivated by innovation and a sustainable future. What's the plan here? Well, Tesla has truly been on a roll, crafting an astonishing network of over 120,000 supercharger stations that are spread out across the US and Canada, almost like confetti at a lively celebration. This isn't merely a minor enhancement, it represents a massive leap forward in the realm of electric vehicle ownership. We're entering a new era of driving confidence and ease that you'll soon find impossible to imagine living without. And get this, starting in 2024, Ford drivers will snag an exclusive ticket to tap into this remarkable official Tesla supercharger network. All it takes is a clever little adapter. And just like that, they're granted access to an expansive community of charging stations. It's almost the same as landing a backstage pass to the hottest concert in town. But let's go deeper. This isn't merely a convenience upgrade, it's a monumental endorsement of Ford's electric vehicle lineup, particularly the Mustang Mach-E. With rapid charging available at their convenience, Ford can make a grand entrance into the electric vehicle arena as if they own the stage. Those tedious, yawning moments spent waiting to charge, say goodbye to them. They'll become relics of the past, much like flip phones or VHS tapes. But don't get too comfortable. This dazzling duo is setting its sights on an even bigger prize: China. The electric vehicle market in the land of dragons is surging explosively, fueled by a staggering population exceeding 1.4 billion and an infrastructure that seems simply unstoppable. By teaming up with Ford, which already possesses a solid foothold in the Chinese market, Tesla can deftly navigate its intricate landscape like a skilled local guide. It's like having a savvy insider who knows all the hottest spots in a bustling city, paving the way for connections and unlocking a treasure trove of exhilarating new opportunities. Just imagine Ford's electric vehicles revitalized with Tesla's state-of-the-art technology and sleek supply chains. This partnership could arm Ford with a secret weapon, an edge that could dominate the market. Moreover, joining forces with Tesla might just serve as the magic potion to alleviate some of Ford's financial hurdles. This way, they can concentrate on the real game changer, producing groundbreaking innovations and elevating quality without being overly preoccupied with their financial margins. Taking a step back to ponder the broader implications of this collaboration reveals a powerful trifecta: enhanced charging infrastructure, boosted manufacturing efficiency, and a strategic maneuver into the booming electric vehicle market in China. Together, Tesla and Ford are on the verge of igniting a full-blown electric vehicle revolution, ready to command the stage and reap the rewards. So now I'm curious, what do you think about this electrifying partnership? Is it possible this collaboration could be the defining factor that shapes the future of electric vehicles, raising the standard to unprecedented heights and making everyone stop in their tracks? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this thrilling ride. Until next time, watch our other videos.